Okay, this is a recording with the Sony AT8024, quite a reverberant, quite a live room. Probably hear that. Just using the inbuilt stereo mic. So if I go over here, you should probably hear it, going, hear my voice crossing the bottles of the stereo stage. What I wanted to do today was really, let me just get it off the camera, was compare the inbuilt mic with this one, which is annoyingly, I've already installed it on the hot shoe, cold shoe. That actually is a hot shoe, it's cold mode. This audio-technica AT8024, yeah. This is an MS stereo mic, so it's pretty compatible with mono. It's sort of a mini shotgun thing there. But you can see, I don't know if you can see in there, that there's a figure of 8, then plus a forward-facing mic, directional mic. Not sure how hypercardioid it is or supercardioid. But the idea is that obviously the onboard mic will not be great for like interviews and stuff. I mean, if you've got nothing else to do then to use, then maybe it is okay in a pinch, I'm not sure. So if I'm stood here, I'm about 3 feet away from the internal mic, and if I'm stood here, that's about just over a foot probably. The mic's just there. Camera's on full auto. There's probably a bit of dynamic compression and stuff. I'm not sure if it will pick up this mic if I plug it in while it's recording, so I'm going to stop recording, plug this mic in. I'll start it in mono, just to see how that compares. Again, this is quite a live room, so I'm just going to stop recording and reinstall this microphone. Okay, so the audio-technica is now recording in mono, hypercardioid, supercardioid, which means, I'm should be pretty much on mic now, but quite a live room, reflective walls, you can probably see there. Now, so obviously this is great if you're facing the subject. Hopefully I sound okay if I take a step forward. The mic's just there. That's about a foot away from me. Back here, step back, that's about 3 feet away now, I guess. Again, if I go over here, probably start going off mic, quite likely. Doesn't sound quite as good over here. And again, like I said, this is quite a live room. In a room like this, you'd typically want to use a cardioid and quite close mic'd. But I know obviously situations, there's those bottles again, situations are not always ideal. So this, just testing the audio-technica AT8024 in mono mode, and I'm just going to cut the video and then put the mic into the MS stereo mode, which hopefully gives the best of both worlds, the mono, compatibility with mono, and some spatial stereo soundstage. So stop recording. Okay, so again, I'm directly in front of the microphone now. It's in MS stereo mode, which means it does some addition and subtraction to work out the stereo. This Bloomline principle, I can't remember the engineer's name, obviously a clever chap. Worked out that you can do an addition and a subtraction on a mono track and then you get stereo. So let's test that. So if I go over here, again I don't know how off mic I'm going to start sounding, but you should get some sort of spatial stereo awareness of where things are happening. If I come over here, where's the bottles? There's the bottles. Yeah, so again, if I'm stood here about 3 feet away, take a step forward, about a foot away, and obviously if I do this, then I guess you're going to get some sort of stereo effect, maybe. The stereo is probably more prevalent, the more extreme angle I'm talking from. So if I'm stood here, excuse me, I'm directly to the side of the microphone. You can read the logo on the side there. And yeah, so again, this is just a test because I primarily want to use this microphone for making documentaries where, especially if you're kind of out on the street doing run and gun, you're not necessarily always pointing directly at, so you know, directly at the thing that's talking, or the person you're talking to, or the thing that's happening. And I think recording stereo avoids, or can avoid, the cocktail party effect, which is when there's lots of people talking. It's very difficult to pick out it on a mono track. It's very difficult to pick out any one conversation. However, when you record in stereo, you're given more information, and you can hear, you know, you can hear more of the individual conversations. That's my theory. And I just like the sound of MS stereo, and I like the fact that it's sort of, you can collapse it to mono if you really want to. Again, I haven't clapped, have I? So this is quite a very live room. Can hear the reverb just from that in my ear. God. Yeah, so again, the camera is just recording like pretty much all auto. I think I've got it in 1080p, pretty low bit rate. Might even be recording 60 frames a second at the moment. I can't actually remember what mode I've left it in, but again, it's primarily an audio test of the audio-technica AT8024. And there's not really much more I can say about it. You know, hopefully you'll find it vaguely useful as to whether you like the sound or don't like the sound. I guess now I'd better do some rudimentary editing and stitch all these bits together. Don't expect me to edit beyond that though, because far too